It is time to choose our March TBR, and that's crazy how we are already in March and I can already feel and smell spring coming. I love setting up my physical TBR for the month, mostly because it kind of gives you an idea of how the month is going to be reading wise, and it's also an exciting way to tackle your physical TBR. And I've been making it a goal to actually read what I set up for myself, because throughout the other times where I set up for the month, I maybe like read one or two, but I've been making it a goal, especially this month in February, that I actually read from my TBR that I set up for myself. And I'm just so excited because we have a lot of amazing books for March. And for this month, we're actually going to be using a wheel to choose our TBR. I'm super excited. I've never done this before, and I just think it's just a fun way to kind of just randomize what I'm going to be reading for the month. And a lot of these are new releases and also books that I've been having here for the longest time, so I really just want to tackle as much as I can. I went ahead and put all of these books in here in the actual generator. I will link it down below if you guys want to do this as well. I'm just super excited. I have never used a wheel for anything. I know that a lot of booktubers use it for, you know, different book ideas, and this is my first time and I'm just super excited. So without further ado, let's pick our March TBR. This is like the perfect physical TBR to choose from. I will not be mad or sad or anything if I don't get any of these books. I think that all of these are great books to read in March, because March is not really a month of, you know, like, it's like there's nothing specific that you should be reading in the March. It's just anything that you want to read. Completely different genres in here. I am super excited to just have a variety to choose from. Okay, so we're gonna do our first spin. Okay, wait. Okay, so I thought we were gonna do The Bodyguard, but I guess it's going to be The Naturals. I am super excited for this one. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I am so excited for this one because I've heard nothing but great things about this one. It's basically like a mixture of like Criminal Minds, but make it YA. And this is actually going to be my first ever Jennifer Lynn Barnes book. I have not read her other books, so I'm super excited to finally read her. Okay, so our second book is going to be okay, so the next book that we're going to be reading is Dance of Thieves. Where are you? Oh, here you are. This is another book that I've been wanting to read for so long, and anytime that I look on my bookshelf, I look at it and then I just end up leaving and picking something else. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how beautiful the cover is that I don't want to touch it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide if I want to get to the actual paperback or read from the actual special edition. I love starting new fantasies because you just get into a completely different world, and you just there's just so much to learn with new fantasy books, and I'm just super excited for this one. Oh my god. Okay, I need to put this down. I'm already getting super excited. I think I'm gonna be reading this very soon. We are off to a great start. I'm super excited for March. We're gonna be choosing our third book. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I love The Serpent in the Wings of the Night, so I'm so excited to be reading her other fantasy book. I love this cover. Look at that. The perfect cover. I love this TBR already. I love fantasy. I really can't. I actually felt like March was gonna be a big fantasy month, and okay, I'm getting way too excited. All right, we're gonna be choosing our next book. Oh my god, why am I so excited? I literally read Love Hypothesis and I love that book so much, and I've actually been seeing a lot of fan art between these two characters, and this is just perfect. So last month was actually the first time that I read an Ally book, and now that I'm gonna be reading another one, I'm just super excited. I already know, and she already is an auto-buy author for me, so yeah, I'm just so excited that I actually like her writing and I actually like her books. All right, so let's choose our next book. Oh my god. We're gonna be reading Emily Wilde. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Look at that cover. Look at that cover. I love this cover so much. It's honestly my favorite cover ever. I know I keep saying that I'm really excited, but I truly am. I'm gonna be reading this probably today. I know that we're still in February when I'm filming this, but I can't wait, honestly. So we're gonna be choosing two more books. Ooh, The Brutal Prince. So this is kind of like a mafia romance, and I know that this genre is actually pretty big, so I'm excited to kind of just dip my toes into it and see if I like it as well. Okay, so we're gonna be choosing our last book for March. The book gods actually listened to me because I was actually hoping to get like a rom-com-y YA book, and what's better than a Lynn Painter book? I think this is a newer release of hers, and yeah, I've been reading a lot of Lynn Painter books actually in the month of February, and I'm guessing now, but yeah, I'm super excited. You guys, this stack is literally a dream. I can't believe that. Look at that. That is like the perfect combination. This is gonna be another great reading month. So let's actually talk a little bit about these books. So the first book in our physical TBR is going to be The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is basically about a girl named Cassie. She's 17 years old, and the FBI takes her to this academy where there's also different kids that have special abilities just like her, and they're basically there to crack down on cold cases and kind of solve them. And there's this one cold case that has been infamous for the longest time, and they're trying to figure out who did it. And so it kind of has a little bit of like a mystery thriller type of thing, trying to figure out who the killer is, but then also kind of have like that YA vibes to it where there's just a bunch of kids. Our next book is going to be Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, and I'm super excited for this one. I read Love Hypothesis and love that book so much, so I'm super excited for this one. This one seems like it's also going to be a fake dating as well, but this one she actually like gets hired to be a fake girlfriend on the side from being like an actual physicist. So she gets hired and she sees that her new client is actually someone who she despises. They have history, but not in a good way. I just know it's gonna be so good because of all the fan art that I've seen on Twitter. I just love her so much. Even though I've literally only read one of her books, I just know that she's just an amazing author, so I'm super excited to read this one. Our next book is gonna be The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. This one is another book that people rave about. This is a mafia romance, and I know this genre is very well loved, and this book actually follows two rivals who do not like each other. They're in opposite sides of the town, and one of the father actually arranges marriage with the other rival. And yeah, I love that. I love that kind of trope because you just know that they both don't want to be in this arranged marriage and they're gonna do anything in their power to get out of it, but we all know that they're gonna love each other at the end of the day. I want to see if mafia romance is for me because dark romance was not. The next book that we're gonna be reading is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Look at that cover. I love this cover so much. This is like the perfect purple. So this basically follows a girl named Emily. She is basically just doing research on fairies, and you're just following her through that journey. This is just a cozy fantasy, and there's really not much depth to it. It's not like any other fantasy book where there's high stakes. This is just like a cute little adventure where you just follow Emily and you're just, you know, following her through her research, and there is kind of like a romance subplot to it, but it's not that big. So yeah, I'm excited. I've never read a cozy fantasy as well, but this one is actually very well loved. So the next book that we're going to be reading is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadman. I loved The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and I can't wait to read more of her books. I just know it's going to be so good, and the cover is just perfect, chef's kiss. So our main girl in this book, she basically flees this one place that she was held captured, and she ends up killing a very well-known person in that kingdom, and so she's kind of out in the run. But while she's trying to escape and just go on the download, there's actually like this war looming as well. So you're kind of following her through that, and then also her being finally freed from where she was. And yeah, that's really all I know about this book. I just know that this is just gonna be so good. Look at that cover. I just know it's gonna be good. So super excited to be reading another Carissa Broadman book. So the next book that we're gonna be reading is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I think that I'm going to be getting the actual paperback because this is just way too cute to destroy. Okay, so a stunning new adventure set in a kingdom of Remnant. And our main female character is actually a legendary thief. Oh, okay. So one of like the leaders of the kingdom actually meets this girl. I'm guessing there's going to be a little bit of enemies to lovers and maybe like a forbidden romance. Our last book that we're going to be reading in March is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. She is another author that I have started to love so much with her other books. So this one is basically about a girl named Bailey. She runs into this person. They both have like this bad impression on each other, and so they kind of part ways, and they meet again again a couple years later, and they're actual co-workers. And so Bailey kind of makes like this bet with him where the opposite sex really can't be friends with the other without falling in love, and so they're betting on that. And our main guy actually has a secret that involves Bailey, maybe from when they met when they were, you know, younger. Super excited. I have been collecting all of her books like Pokemon cards. They're just so fun to read in between different books that you're reading. But yeah, that concludes today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time you guys are watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.